Yashikoach.
Okay, yeshkoach to you. This is your grandfather?
This is my brother.
Oh, this is your brother.
This is my brother. I usually sponsor the day before Pesach when he died, but there was no shul then.
Well, okay. I didn't even realize it's somebody that I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. No, the Yisrael Yaakov, the name was familiar. Is this a name?
That's my father's name, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't put it all together.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, the show should have an aliyah. How many years is it?
It's like 20 years now.
Really?
It was like about a year after we made Aliyah.
1 second. He had a kid that was mamish, a very small child at the time.
He had a baby. The oldest was like 7. Yeah, the oldest was like 7. The oldest was like 7 then, 6 or 7. Yeah.
And how old are they now?
I guess 27. I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. The show should have an aliyah. Okay, this year is being sponsored by the Disson family. Leiluya Nishmas, Yeshishmayo ben Yisrael Yaakov. Shomer should have an aliyah, and we should all have an aliyah. The Schus Alima Torah should stand in for us. Many times in shul, I mentioned that Rosh Chodesh is really a special time, and I would like to give a shir on Rosh Chodesh. I'm not going to fulfill that pledge at this time, but being that it's Shabbos Rosh Chodesh, I would like to discuss an aspect of Rosh Chodesh which is relevant to the Haftorah. And many people assume the reason why you say this Haftarah on Shabbos Rosh Chodesh is because it's like a cutesy kind of a thing. The Haftarah ends off, V'haya midei Chodesh b'chodshoi, midei Shabbos b'shabbatoi, Yovoi koboso l'shtachvos lefonei Amar Hashem, a beautiful ending. Every Rosh Chodesh, every Shabbos, we're all going to come, the Mirz Hashem, to shul, to daven. We're going to come l'fnei Hashem, and that's a beautiful ending. That's wonderful. And that pasuk, I think that most of us understand. But if you would look at the whole Haftorah, what we start off with, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says that I rest in the Shemayim and my feet are on the ground on my hasek or whatever it's called, that little stool. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is very annoyed at Klal Yisrael, and there's a tshuva process that happens. And it's not such a happy Haftarah as you would like. It's not like everything is rosy and peach. And why is that what we talk about on Rosh Chodesh? Why do we talk about our sins on Rosh Chodesh? And it's really a beautiful promise that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us, that Klal Yisrael will not be destroyed. And what does that have to do with Rosh Chodesh? Just because it says Rosh Chodesh at the end of the pasuk, obviously, the probably reason why it says Rosh Chodesh is because it actually has to do with something of this parsha. The Sifrei Chasidus, they speak about the Pintelayit. There's the indestructible Nakuda inside every Jew that always will bring him back to Yiddishkeit. Our life, our Torah, is circular. We have a year, we have months, and every month it wanes and waxes, gets smaller, bigger, changes, and this is a koach of chidush. This is an unbelievable koach that we have to start anew. There is no real point of change in the solar calendar. In the solar calendar, it's really linear. The fact that there are months is just an imagination, so to speak. Obviously, there are different constellations that you can figure out that it's a different month based on the constellation. But in reality, the days are linear, and we just know we got back to the same place 365 days, 5 days later. But there's no real breakup of any of the months. They're just a made-up thing, except for the constellations, which they have a place also. Whereas our year, besides that we come back to the same place every year, we actually have surges of growth and decline. That's wonderful. When I was a bacher, I learned in Yeshiva and Telz, and I remember a gifter, Zatzali, gave a shmooze, and he said, you go into the hospital and you look at a person on an EKG, and you'll see that there are peaks and valleys going up and down, up and down, up and down. And you know that person is alive. When you see a line over there going straight, Rahman al-Islan, you know the person is dead. Being alive means that there are peaks and valleys. Always, always, Sheva Yipol Tzadik V'Kam, a person will grow, he will fall, and he will grow again. This is part of being Jewish. We just hope that to minimize the amount of falls and to maximize the amount of growth that we have. That's what we're trying to do. And the fact that we have a chance to start anew is something which is shaykh only to the Jewish nation. And the reason why we celebrate the Rosh Chodesh is because of this koach that we have. We are the ones that make Rosh Chodesh. The Kaddish Yisrael Ba'azmanim, the Kaddish Yisrael B'Rosh Chodoshim, we made last month. Chodesh Nisan was the first month that a person made a month. This year is the second month that we are making the month. Last week we were before the Chodesh, and actually the Kiddush HaChodesh was done by Hillel, Rabbi Gamliel, but we are the ones that are Mekadosh Yisrael B'Hazmanim. We make it happen. We have a surgence of growth every single Chodesh, and that's something to celebrate. We're born anew. Now listen to what the pasuk says. The pasuk says, when we're talking about there's a turnaround here in the Haftarah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu starts off telling us about his Averas, then he gives us a Nechama that we're going to be taken back into the fold, and he tells us, Ki kasher hashamayim hachadoshim ve'ha'oretz hachadosha, asher ani oise oimdim lefonai ne'um Hashem, ken yamod zarachem v'shimchem. Just as I will make a new heavens and earth, so too will be your children and your name new. Is there a new heavens and earth? What does it mean when the pasuk tells us what does that mean? What happened to me? Did I lose everybody? Hello? Was I around before? Okay, anyways.
Everything was perfect.
What?
I just made you the spotlight. You're the spotlight video now. Everything is perfect.
Okay, perfect. If Mashiach would be here, it would be perfect. Okay, but I guess
everything in Zoom.
Okay, we're trying to zoom towards Mashiach. Anyways, the bottom line, what does it mean, the Oretz HaChadosha and the Shamayim HaChadoshim? The Chassam Sofer tells us that just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to be Mechadish B'chol Yom Tu V'Ma'aseh Bereishis, every single day there is new gas being put into the world. And my mashal about this is the guy who's driving and he has his foot on the gas pedal and he doesn't move his foot. So is there anything new happening for the person? Is he doing anything? He's actually pressing the gas pedal the whole time. It may seem to the person who comes in the middle just like he's doing nothing. No, but he's actually pressing the gas pedal the whole time. So too, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world and he put the Teva into action. But really what's going on is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is making it happen every minute from new. And there's a Shamayim HaChadosha and an Oretz HaChadosha. That doesn't look like it to us, but that's what's really going on. And what's important about that is that if it's new, it can be changed. If it's something old, it's already in progress. So we're part of a cycle, part of a system that's going on. When we speak about the fact that we have a new Chodesh, we have a new chance. There's going to be a Shamayim Chodosha, an Oretz HaChadosha, and the Chassam Sofer says every single day is Mechadish B'chol Yom Tu V'Ma'aseh Bereishis. We usually have a new day. And I would just like to mention, we've been living in this Corona era for probably about 6 to 8 weeks, and it became part of our lives, for better or for worse. And it's hard to remember the pre-Corona era. I'm willing to say that we came into the Corona era, probably it took about 3 days for it to happen, for it to sink in that there's something really going on. That, as far as I'm concerned, that's like a split second. We had an unbelievable, different reality in a mere 72 hours. We could wake up this Chodesh of Iyar. We could wake up in a Shamayim HaChadosha, Oretz HaChadosha. We have this Rosh Chodesh to use, and it's our koyach. It's our koyach that can make it happen. And I just want to mention this Nakuda, that there are people who say, this Corona is here, so when is HaKadosh Baruch Hu going to bring Mashiach? I want to tell you something, Rabbi Isai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not going to bring Mashiach. We are going to bring Mashiach. How are we going to bring Mashiach? Because we're going to take this opportunity to make something new happen in us. We're going to say Hallel Emitz Hashem tomorrow, the first day of Iyar, and we're going to be Mishabech HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we're asking for Hashemayim Shemayim Hashem Baruch Zasam Livnei Odom. We're asking that HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us a new opportunity, a new chance as we go forward in the spring, as we're marching towards Kabbalah Satira. We should know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us a haftacha. There were very bad times in this week's haftarah, but HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us, just as we believe that there's a new Chodesh, and it's in our power, and we did it, there's a Shamayim and there's a Aretz. But not only that, the Pasuk tells us that Ken Yamod Zarachem B'Shimchem, we will have a new face, a new eternity, and our children will last for eternity. And we want to finish off with the Pasuk. The next Pasuk, it says, just as we are standing in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so to our children should be, and we should come to the Midei Chodesh B'Chadoshai. Every single new month means every single new chance we should go forwards, and there should be no relapse. We shouldn't fall back at all. We should go from Chodesh to Shabbos, Shabbos to Chodesh, and we should be Zeicha Mirza Hashem. The next Kiddush HaChodesh should be done Al Yidei Eidim B'Yushalayim B'Mehera. Good Shabbos. Okay.
Wolf, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Wolf, if my balcony minion is not keeping early Shabbos, and my family are desperate for me to keep early Shabbos, what's the Rav Zaytzer?
I'm not sure I understand the question. You want to know if you daven Ma'ariv, you have to be Makabel Shabbos? The answer is yes. But you're not mechuyev to. You can be Makabel Shabbos later and daven b'yechidus.
Right. So that's the better thing to do. Just daven b'yechidus and.
Well, I don't know what the issue of you doing early Shabbos or late Shabbos. You can do whichever one you want, and the fact that that's the only menu that you have, you're not mechuyev because of that to make early Shabbos. Father, not in a balcony menu. If we'd be speaking about it was on a regular menu and a regular time is one thing, but from the balcony, as far as I'm concerned, Vadai, you're not mechuyev to do so. You can be Makabel Shabbos whenever it works out better for you.
Right, I hear. Okay, all right, thank you so much.
Okay, Mitzvah Shem, okay. Yosef, when we get back, we'll have a regular time.
Amen. Amen, please God. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Two
people talking at once, I can't hear. Somebody else wanted to ask something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask something.
Yeah?
Can I call the Rav?
Call me afterwards. All right? Okay. All right, anybody else? All right, good Shabbos, everybody. Nice to see you.
Shabbos.
Look at that, we could even be smiling during Corona, okay? The reason why we're smiling is because Shabbos is coming. Good Shabbos to all of you.
Shabbos. Amen, amen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. You should all have a wonderful Shabbos, and we should have an Aliyah too.
Amen.
All right, okay.